Hello, and welcome to our channel Top 10s You Should Know. Today, we're diving into the thrilling world of incredible escapes, stories that are equal parts daring, dangerous, and downright unbelievable. From prisoners breaking free against all odds to wartime heroes defying captivity, these tales remind us of the resilience of the human spirit. Whether you're a fan of history, survival stories, or just love a good underdog tale, this list will leave you inspired and amazed. So sit back, relax, and let's explore some of the most jaw-dropping escapes ever recorded. 1. The Great Escape, Stalag Luft 3. Let's start with one of the most legendary prison breaks in history, the Great Escape from Stalag Luft 3 during World War II. This wasn't just an escape, it was a masterpiece of teamwork and ingenuity. Over 600 Allied airmen worked together to dig 3 massive tunnels named Tom, Dick, and Harry, using rudimentary tools like spoons and tin cans. Imagine lying in your bunk at night, knowing there's a tunnel being dug beneath you, risking discovery every second. On March 24, 1944, 76 men managed to crawl through Tunnel Harry to freedom. Tragically, only 3 made it home, and 50 were executed by the Gestapo, but their bravery became a symbol of resistance against tyranny. Their story teaches us that even in the darkest moments, hope and determination can shine through. What do you think drove them to take such risks? Let us know in the comments. 2. Papillon's Island Escape. Next up is the incredible story of Henri Charrière, better known as Papillon. Sentenced to life imprisonment in French Guiana for a crime he claimed he didn't commit, Charrière attempted multiple escapes before finally succeeding. Picture this. He built a makeshift raft out of coconuts and palm leaves, braving shark-infested waters to reach Venezuela. His journey wasn't easy. He faced hunger, betrayal, and solitary confinement, but his spirit remained unbroken. Think about the sheer willpower it takes to keep trying after so many failures. Charrière's memoir Papillon became a bestseller, immortalizing his fight for freedom. Isn't it amazing how far someone will go to reclaim their life? Alcatraz's mysterious vanishing act. Alcatraz, the infamous island prison deemed impossible to escape. Yet in 1962, 3 inmates proved otherwise. Frank Morris and brothers John and Clarence Anglin executed what many consider the greatest jailbreak in history. Using stolen spoons, they chipped away at the concrete walls of their cells, creating vents large enough to climb through. They crafted dummy heads out of soap and toilet paper to fool the guards during nightly checks. Once outside, they inflated a raft made from raincoats and disappeared into the frigid San Francisco Bay. To this day, no bodies were found, leaving their fate shrouded in mystery. Were they swallowed by the ocean, or did they make it to shore? It's a question that still haunts investigators. Doesn't it send chills down your spine? 4. The Maze Prison Break. In 1983, Northern Ireland witnessed one of the boldest prison breaks ever, the Maze Prison Escape. 10 members of the Irish Republican Army hijacked a food delivery van and commandeered a visiting area, overpowering guards and seizing weapons. Then came the pièce de résistance. A helicopter landed inside the compound, whisking away their leader, Bobby Story. Can you picture the chaos, guards scrambling, alarms blaring, and a helicopter touching down in broad daylight? It sounds like something out of a movie. The escape highlighted both the prisoners' resourcefulness and the vulnerabilities within high-security facilities. While all escapees were eventually recaptured, their audacity left an indelible mark on history. Would you have had the guts to pull off something like that? 5. Dieter Dengler's Jungle Ordeal. Dieter Dengler's story reads like a Hollywood script, but it's painfully real. Captured during the Vietnam War, Dengler endured months of torture in a Laotian POW camp. Starving and desperate, he and 6 fellow prisoners decided to make a run for it. Armed with nothing but bamboo spikes and raw determination, they fled into the unforgiving jungle. Think about navigating dense forests, dodging enemy patrols, and battling starvation, all while clinging to the faintest hope of rescue. After 23 harrowing days, Dengler was spotted by an American pilot and airlifted to safety. His ordeal became the subject of Werner Herzog's film Little Dieter Needs to Fly. Doesn't his resilience inspire awe? Share your thoughts below. 6. The Bastille Day Escape. On July 14, 1789, Paris erupted in revolution, leading to the storming of the Bastille, a fortress turned prison. Among its inmates was Alexandre Piquet, who seized the chaos to orchestrate his own escape. As rioters breached the gates, Piquet disguised himself as a guard and slipped away unnoticed. Imagine the adrenaline coursing through him as cannons roared and mobs surged forward. This escape wasn't just personal liberation, it symbolized the collapse of tyranny itself. The Bastille's fall marked the beginning of the French Revolution, forever changing history. Doesn't it give you goosebumps to think about how individual actions can spark global change? 7. The Devil's Island Getaway. Devil's Island, part of the penal colony in French Guiana, was notorious for its brutal conditions and zero tolerance for escape attempts. But in 1931, René Belbenois defied the odds. After years of meticulous planning, he stowed away aboard a supply ship bound for Trinidad. Think about the dangers: treacherous seas, vigilant crew members, and the constant threat of recapture. Belbenois survived storms, dehydration, and near starvation before reaching freedom. His memoir, Dry Guillotine, exposed the horrors of Devil's Island and galvanized public outcry. Isn't it remarkable how storytelling can turn personal triumph into societal impact? Odd 8. The Colditz Castle Caper. Colditz Castle, Hitler's escape-proof fortress, housed Allied officers during World War II. Despite its reputation, numerous prisoners devised ingenious ways to flee. One standout was British officer Pat Reed, who crawled through sewers, scaled walls, and evaded detection for weeks before reaching Switzerland. How would you feel crawling through filth and darkness, knowing capture meant certain death? Reed's success hinged on creativity, courage, and sheer luck. His book, The Colditz Story, immortalized these daring exploits, proving that even the most fortified prisons couldn't contain the human spirit. Which part of his journey impresses you the most? 9. The Siberian Death March. Slavomir Rowich's escape from a Soviet gulag remains one of the most grueling survival stories ever told. Arrested in 1939 and sentenced to 25 years of hard labor, Rowich led a group of prisoners on a 4,000-mile trek across Siberia, Mongolia, Tibet, and the Himalayas to reach India. Visualize walking barefoot through sub-zero temperatures, battling frostbite, starvation, and wild animals. Their journey lasted over a year, testing the limits of human endurance. Though skeptics debate its authenticity, the long walk continues to inspire readers worldwide. Could you endure such hardship? 10. The Texas 7 Jailbreak. Our final entry brings us to modern times, the Texas 7. In 2000, 7 inmates escaped from John B. Connolly Unit by overpowering guards and stealing firearms. Disguised as maintenance workers, they fled the facility and embarked on a nationwide manhunt. Consider the tension: roadblocks, helicopters, and millions watching the drama unfold on TV. While 6 were captured or killed, 1 committed suicide rather than face extradition. Their escape showcased both cunning strategy and tragic consequences. Does their story remind you of any movies or books? And there you have it, the top 10 incredible escapes from imprisonment. Which story left you speechless? Do you think these individuals were heroes, criminals, or somewhere in between? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining us on this exhilarating journey through history, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating content. Until next time, stay curious.